guys, welcome back to the WeCare Podcast. I'm Jordan Vaughn, nurse practitioner, and I'm owner of WeCare Health and Wellness. Today, I am so excited because I finally get to podcast with somebody you've all heard so much about, Lauren Rader. She joined our Rome office, and she is focusing heavily on hormone replacement therapy, wellness optimization, peptides, woohoo, and just helping patients truly get to the root cause of what they're feeling and their symptoms. So, welcome to the podcast with me. I know you and Molly have already hit it up once.
Thank you. I'm super excited to finally be here and be part of the WeCare team. I've already loved meeting patients and seeing how passionate the practice is about truly listening to people and helping them feel better.
Yes, that's one of the biggest things for me is just helping people feel like themselves again. So before we jump into the peptides and the hormones, I just kind of wanted to go back to how we met back in the old CMC ER days. And, those days that you were a new grad then, right?
Baby nurse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had only been there a couple of years, and we were surviving, boy.
That's one way to put it. Yeah,
we were surviving. Night shift,
Just surviving.
And then, you came to the practice, and then we got to know each other on that side of, wellness.
Absolutely.
And then I started begging you as soon as you finished your nurse practitioner, could you come on board? And you're like, oh, yeah, I want to do neuro and blah, blah, blah. And and every time I saw you, I was like, okay, what about now? And you're like, oh, this thing's going great. And then the next time you looked at more exhausted, I'm like, what about now? And then the next time you looked more exhausted, and I was like, okay, Lauren, let's talk about what I do, and let's talk about what you're doing and how much you're seeing your family and how much you're seeing your grandkid. And then you're like, I'm ready.
That goes back to prioritizing things to prioritize over health, and it's time.
Yeah.
You don't get that back. So yeah, you hit me in a sweet spot. I'm glad you did, because I loved every minute of it, especially the Avexius training that we went to in Texas. They really pulled me in towards the hormone optimization, the wellness aspect of it, really sitting down, listening to patients, hearing them talk about their bodies from their perspective,
right,
and helping them feel like they're self again, for sure.
And I say it all the time, hormones affect everything. People think that, it's only menopause or testosterone, but they impact your energy and your mood and your sleep and metabolism, inflammation, focus. Literally every system in the body it's affected by hormones. So what are some of the biggest things that you're seeing patients struggle with right now in the Rome office?
Fatigue. We run in a society that you have to go nonstop. People think that it's normal to feel exhausted all day. They wake up feeling exhausted. They depend on caffeine to get them through the day. They struggle to sleep, or they come in from work and take a nap, wake up, eat dinner, and then go right back to bed and continue to do this kind of hamster wheel, if you will, of just exhaustion. And they think that that's normal and that's how it's supposed to be, but it's not. And a lot of times we uncover causes of this, like hormone imbalances, nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, stress overload, that's huge, or even just metabolic dysfunction.
And I feel like that's what makes our, approach different here at WeCare. Like, we're not just looking at one lab value and then, hey, we're going to send you on your way. You're in the middle of that range. Like, we're looking at the whole picture here. We give them a symptom checklist. We try to give it to every patient. We're sitting down. We're talking to them about their lifestyle. Like, how are you sleeping? What are your stressors? How are you eating? We're looking at their labs, and not just one. We're looking at a whole panel of labs. When I tell them, they're like, well, can I get the cheaper lab panel? No, I want to know every reason you could be tired is in this panel. There might be a couple more, but the majority of the reasons are in this one panel, and I need to see it.
Sure.
So we're just looking at the whole picture because, optimal health, it's more than just surviving.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. And so women especially, I feel like in this day and time, I feel like they're being dismissed by healthcare as a whole, and it's usually years before they're actually getting help So I want to ask you, like, what are some of the signs that women today should not ignore?
Chronic fatigue, low libido, irritability, anxiety, depression, brain fog, moodiness, their hair's thinning, they have painful menstrual cycles, they have night sweats, and then just emotionally feeling flat or disconnected from their loved ones because they're just kind of ran thin.
Yeah. I mean, they're common, those symptoms, but they're definitely not
No, not
normal
normal.
at all. And I feel like that's an important distinction, that it's common but not normal. So many women are just used to pouring into everyone else, and then they're ignoring themselves. And then one day they wake up and they don't even recognize who they are anymore. But a lot of times they'll say, my husband's been telling me this for years. You know, I've just been drifting away.
Yeah.
So tell everyone what your favorite hormone delivery system is for women and why.
Okay. Again, this is not a cookie cutter one size fits all, but my personal favorite are the pellets.
Yes.
It's just a long lasting, there's no peaks or valleys. You know, you don't get that wave of up and down, up and down. It's just a steady delivery.
Yes.
You don't have to think about it. It's a no-brainer. Like, you don't have to think about taking a pill every day or taking a shot every day, or it's just there, right underneath the surface, hanging out, doing its
Breaking
thing.
down slowly over time,
Yeah.
just like your ovaries produce. It's so nice.
Just a nice little run of things, yeah.
Yeah. So I love the pellets too. That's my personal favorite. So let's talk about men. I mean, honestly, men are struggling too. And I think that they wait until they feel terrible before they finally come in.
That, or their wives have, this is a fun fact, their wife got the pellets, feels phenomenal, and then they realize that they can no longer keep up.
Yep.
And then
I've seen that.
that's another, kind of telltale sign with them. But men, they normalize, the low energy, the decreased motivation, the brain fog, poor recovery. I go to the gym, but I don't recover like I used to. The weight gain, decreased sex drive. There it is.
I feel like that's when they finally come.
That's
like,
definitely,
if their
because-
wife
yes.
don't bring them here, when that's gone, they're like, okay,
Yep.
something's wrong.
That's
you know,
it. There's sleep issues, or again, needing a nap every single day. And hormones, they matter for men too. They're wildly important. And when they're evaluated appropriately and treated, it makes a huge difference in their quality of life.
Absolutely. So I'll ask the same question. What's your favorite hormone delivery system for males?
Again, pellets, me personally,
Okay.
because you don't have to think about it. You don't have the hills and the valleys, the drop offs. What I have noticed is men like the shots.
Yep. That's what I was going to say.
And you know what I've kind of boiled it down to? It's because they like to be in control. They like to be in control
That's
of
probably
what's
true.
happening.
I've always said, because I don't like a procedure, like when I'm consulting with my males and I'm like telling them the difference, I'm like, okay, so my favorite and what I think is the best option is pellets. You're probably going to tell me no, because it's a little tiny procedure. I promise it's little. Right. And they're like, nope, I'm out.
Immediately no. So really, I've seen more of my guys put on the shots.
Yeah. I would say the majority of my males are on shots when they're tired and they get needle fatigue and they're just over it. Then they come to me and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try them pellets. And then when they see me twice a year and they're like, I don't even have to think about it. They're usually
it's
pretty
a
good.
no-brainer.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about peptides. It's a topic that everybody asks us about, constantly. And I feel like it's exploded on social media. For somebody listening that has no idea what a peptide even is, just kind of give them a little explanation about what it is.
So the easiest way to explain peptides is they're a chain of amino acids. And amino acids are building blocks of proteins, right? They help signal the body to perform certain functions. So if you just look at an amino acid as a letter and you put letters in order, they form words, right? That's kind of how peptides are with amino acids. It forms this to create a building block, signals the body on what to do. And there's peptides I tell people there's peptides for everything. When they come in and they're like, I want to talk about peptides. What's your goal?
Which one?
What's your goal? What are you looking for? Are you looking for recovery, healing, muscle preservation, sleep, metabolism, inflammation, gut health, skin, hair, cognitive function? It's an important thing to know kind of what you're after, but also that you're being monitored and medically supervised while you're doing it, for sure.
I agree. Not every peptide is for every person. And I think that's where some people get a little confused when they come in. They just hear peptides and they just want peptides, but they have no clue what they're after. Right. And that's where even like the symptom checklist and things like, seeing where they're at on things can help us. But we really focus here on like an individualized treatment plan for the patients, not just throwing out a trendy product because you heard a BPC,
Right. Yeah.
That's the number one I feel like that people have heard of. And so they come in, I want some of that. Well, what are your goals?
What are your goals? I think it's important to say, hey, what are your goals? What are you looking for? And then it turns out you weren't looking for that. You were looking for the glow peptide the whole time.
Exactly. Okay. So what are some peptide-related goals patients are commonly coming in for that you've seen?
Better energy, obviously weight management, support.
Yes.
GLPs are huge right now. Yep. Improved recovery, anti-aging, there's that glow again.
Yes.
Sleep improvement, decrease in inflammation, help with workout recovery, overall just optimize wellness. Many people are surprised that peptides can be part of a much bigger wellness plan.
Yes. And I just want to know, like, what's your personal favorite peptide?
There's so many that...
If you were just like on a desert island and you got one peptide that you get to keep,
that is not fair,
I'm
Jordan.
sorry. I just want to know.
That is not fair. So only because, again, I'm going to be that bodybuilder at heart, and maintaining muscle mass is huge for me. I usually lean towards the like Sermorelin or CJC Ampamorelin. Those are my personal favorites. So I've done the glow peptide and it's great.
Yeah.
But again, that bodybuilder coming out in me, I worked hard for the muscles. I got to hang on to them.
Okay. So I'm going to say if it were me, I love a few of them. My top 3 favorite, I'm going to say, is the NAD for energy. And then I love the glow. I promise I'm not vain, but I feel like you get a good glow from it too, But I would still want CJC Apomorelin. I sleep so good.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel so good. And I'm not, I don't have any biceps like you, so... I'm in a little bit different spot than you, but I still love it. And when I am working out with it, I can see such a difference. So I love that one too.
It's a personal favorite.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about, how it's different here at WeCare. And one thing I'm proud of is that we try to make healthcare feel approachable. We're not a place where patients are rushed through in 5 minutes. It's not you get 5 minutes with your provider and 2 minutes with MA and you're out the door. We sit down, we listen, we educate. And I really think that's why people really connect so deeply with what we do.
I completely agree. Patients want to feel heard, and you know this because you're a patient too. Believe it or not, healthcare providers need doctors too. A lot of people come in, they're nervous, they're frustrated because they've felt ignored for years, and it's rewarding to help them finally understand that their symptoms are real and that there's options available.
I love when you call somebody, you got their labs back, you had to sit down for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then you tell them something and they're like, you actually found something? They're just so relieved that they weren't making it up in their head, or they've been just bypassed for so long. Right. I love those phone calls. So I'll sit on the phone with you for 30 minutes going over your labs if you want me to. All right, well, Lauren, we're so excited to have you in the Rome office. Yay. I know our patients, they are already absolutely adoring you. I've heard so many good things already. And if you've been struggling with fatigue or hormone symptoms, just some wellness concerns, weight issues, are you curious about peptides? We would love to help you, and I know Lauren would love to see you in the Rome office. You can call the WeCare Rome location. You can call Rockmart. We can get you in with her. You can message us on social media. However you want to get in touch with us, we can get you to Lauren.
That sounds good. I'm super excited to meet everybody and actually help patients start feeling their best.
Yes. So Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the WeCare Podcast. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on WeCare Health and Wellness for more behind-the-scenes content and education. And don't forget, at the end of the day,
We care. See you next time.